just to lock them up because they're smoking a split. Babylon, cool down your temper, son. Babylon, free up the dreadlocks, son. 6 Babylon attack 3 dreadlocks, just to lock them up because they're smoking a split. A left and a right, Babylon on the ground. A left and a right and a dread on the go. Babylon, don't bother lock up the dreadlocks. Babylon, give me another chance. Just a little spliff I'm smoking. It's just a little herb I'm drawing. I'm not slinging no weapon. I'm not showing no firearms. Babylon, behave yourself, sir. Free up the dreadlocks, Babylon. Let go the natty dread, Babylon. Free up the dreadlocks, please, sir. Sleeping and no penitentiary. No. The dread don't want to live where no cockroach sleep. No. The dread don't want to sleep where no chin sleep, sir. Free up the dreadlocks, Babylon. Let go the dreadlocks, officer. 6 Babylon attack 3 dreadlocks, just to lock them up because they're smoking a split. Babylon, give me a chance, sir. symptoms, I'm sure that you will see the things I am saying of you. When I explain to you, let me say, la 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 la, I love you.
Yes. Greetings, we there with you. 6 minutes past the hour of 7. Yeah, it's just some dust on the record. We are go somewhere. Greetings.
Coming from the north, take my face to the south. I'm quite sure I can knock you out. I am the gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the gaga. Yeah, I am the gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the gaga. Oh, I don't mess with bodies.
Settle.
Coming from the north, take my face to the south. I'm quite sure I can knock you out. I am the gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the gaga. Yeah, I am the gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the gaga. Oh, I don't mess with the east nor the west. I leave the public to suggest I am the gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the gaga. Yeah, people, I'm the gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the gaga. Yeah, yeah. Hush up your mouth, man, sip your stuff. This is not the dread, no what I'm talking about. I am the gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the gaga. Yeah, yeah, I am the gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the gaga. People listen, yeah. This ya dance, yeah, yeah, yeah. Pull it up, selector. I Lego this ya one, yeah.
Now, here comes the music.
Coming from the north, take my face to the south. I'm quite sure I can knock you out. I am the gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the gaga. Yeah, I am the gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the gaga. Oh, I don't mess with the east nor the west. I leave the public to suggest I am the gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the gaga. Yeah, people, I'm the gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the gaga. Yeah, yeah. Hush up your mouth, man, sip your stuff. This is not the dread, no what I'm talking about. I am the Gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the Gaga. Yeah, I am the Gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the Gaga. People listen, yeah. Woo. I am the Gaga. In a this ya dance, yeah. I don't mess with the east nor the west. I leave the public to suggest I am the Gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the Gaga. People listen, I am the Gaga. Yeah, in a this ya dance, I am the Gaga. Oh, hush up your mouth, man, sip your stuff. This is not the dread, no what I'm talking about. I am the Gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the Gaga. Yeah. I am the Gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the Gaga. Hey. Coming from the north with my face to the south, I'm quite sure I can knock you out. I am the Gaga. In a this ya dance, I am the Gaga. You better believe it. I am the Gaga.
Here comes the music.
To hear the children cry. Tell me why are they suffering? Why? Medehanya, ja, but it's hard, yeah. Ja, medehanya, ja, but it's hard, yeah. Ja. Though they tried to build a foundation, there's lots and lots of adoration. Beating them with sufferation and killing them softly with starvation. May they hang ya, ja, but it's hard ya. Ja, may they hang ya, ja, but it's hard ya. Ja, may they hang ya, ja, but it's hard ya. Ja, may they hang ya. Ja, but it's hard, yeah. Ja, me the hand, yeah. Ja, but it's hard, yeah. Though they try to build a foundation, there's lots and lots of adoration. Beating them with sufferation and killing them softly with starvation. Me the hand, yeah. Ja, me the hand, yeah. Ja, me the hand, yeah. Ja, but it's hard, yeah. Ja, me the
Back-to-back music, the hits just keep coming. Non-stopping, hot rockin', back-to-back music, the hits just keep coming.
Mighty Candy Campbell.
No matter what I do,
Mighty, I tell you.
I'm still a fan of you.
Sweet.
Damn you are. There's no difference in what they say. My heart goes the same way. I just can't win your loveliness. I guess my pardon to you, man, for being what I am. I just can't help myself.
Artist.
I just can't help myself. Your love is all I crave. That's why strictly I care. Knowing you, but I'll never change your love. I love you most.
Non-stopping, hot rockin'. Back to back music, the hits just keep coming.
Artist. Sweet. African history, reflection. High grade, bright lights, postcode navigator in the house. We're having a Moringa party, I tell you. Sweet. African Moringa. Good for your structure, you know. So we have got two more before the documentary.
Non-stopping, hard rocking, back-to-back music. The hits just keep coming.
Whoa!
Kusha Khan and Campbell, man, I tell you, man. What a Sony.
To back music, the hits just keep coming.
So we stop. Can't change, you know. Rebel. Soul rebel. Watch out, there's trouble.
I'm a rebel, soul rebel.
In the morning,
I'm a capturer,
in the evening,
soul adventurer.
trouble.
See the morning sun on the hillside. said, I'm a living man.
And we have a whole heap of work to do.
Work to do.
Yeah.
If you're not happy, children,
You must be blue.
you must be blue.
Choo, choo, choo.
Yeah, must be blue. I'm a rebel,
Soul rebel.
soul rebel.
In the
Let
morning.
them talk. I'm a capturer,
You are Diana,
soul adventurer.
Sonia,
I'm a rebel,
Christine.
rebel in the morning, soul rebel, rebel in the evening. I'm a capturer,
Soul Adventurer. Man called Kushikani Campbell, man. Time is now what? 21 minutes past 7. We are going good. We have a documentary soon come. Listen. Artist.
I'm slaving every day from.
You see all this man, you know, Light Parks. The man is supposed to be knighted. Never mind giving some award. Knighted. I tell you, one of the best. You know what I mean? There's so much of them, but one of the best music, best group, best musician, best composer, best writer. You know how much him do for Dennis Brown? I tell you. What him name? We the People, Light Crucial Parks. You understand? We the People band. England, bring him cross. Give him a concert. All week. They make enough money for buy school. I'm telling you. And decent music, proper things. Veteran, don't make him go away. And you won't get the pleasure of enjoying him. Light Parks, we the people. Sir Lord Koa, listen.
I'm slaving every day from a living, slaving so hard. I'm working every
Gussie
day
Crucial
in
Clark.
the coal mine, working so hard.
And Light Parks.
My wife and my kids are crying, crying so bad. My wife and my kids are crying, they look so sad. A man can't get no money, can life be so funny? What's wrong with my plans? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Look like the sun don't shine for me, yeah, 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 yeah. But I trust the sun will shine for me. Lord knows, yeah. Help me, Lord, please. I'm slaving every day from a living, slaving so hard. I'm working every day in the coal mine, working so hard.
Yo, share my link, you know. Yeah, man, spread the news.
My wife, oh, this sighing baby.
Things in Time, cultural expression. Tuesdays, Thursday, and Friday. What?
Help me, Lord, yeah.
Serious conversation and conscious cultured
I just
music.
can't take it, and the clouds.
You can't refuse it, trust me.
A man can't get no money. Can life be so funny? What's wrong with my plans? Oh, yeah.
Light Crucial Parks.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sighing and I'm crying. Just don't know what to do with myself. Whoa.
Hey now, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, if you don't have love in you, you got nothing at all. Cause remember, love conquer it all, love conquer everything. I love you. Wow, wow, yeah.
I've got to have you, honey. Oh, yeah. Pull a string and I'll wink at you. I'm your puppet, puppet, puppet. Oh, yeah. I'll do funny things if you want me to. I'm your puppet.
Light box.
I'm pulling at the string and I'll wink at you. I'm your puppet.
We the people.
Puppet, puppet.
Gussie Clark.
I'll do funny things if you just want me to. I'm your puppet, puppet, puppet. Oh yeah, baby. I'm yours just to have and to hold. Oh yeah, darling, you've got the full control. Oh yeah, I'm your puppet, puppet, puppet. String and I kiss your lips. I'm your puppet, puppet, puppet. Oh, baby, snap your finger and I'll turn you some flip. I'm your puppet, puppet, puppet all the while. I'm your baby, 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 baby. Oh yeah, alright. Oh yeah, I got to have you. Oh yeah, I love you, man.
Chala la 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 lay. We can get a 44 version, I tell you.
You got a sound.
Yeah, me. 44.
You feel so right.
Settle I right. Yeah, man. Kusha Gussie Clark, Augustus Clark Production, the group, We the People, the owner for the band, Lloyd Parks, Crucial Parks, should be called Sir Lloyd Parks. You see? Yeah, we have a documentary to give the people them because we are dealing with not black history, we are dealing with African history. You see? We are dealing with African history at this time. You know what I mean? They must say a month. It should be every day. Because what? You know what I mean? But nevertheless, that's what I go run through. But me have some distortion about what me say on Tuesday now. As not how me say what me say, is that they want to hear more what me say. You understand? But I'm going to clarify a few things about this Pharaoh, about Moses, yeah, and about the children of Israel, little more from now. But right now we have to play something for my brethren, you know what I mean, from Islington, Tony Jenkins, you know what I mean? People them think say everybody will forget everybody. And a man called James, you know what I mean? Sir Lord Power James, Jesse James, yeah. So we play this tune here for them two man there, especially Jenkins, Rank, you know? He's a man that love all Dennis Brown. Him never play no more Dennis Brown than me and Johnny. But him love Dennis Brown like food, Tony Jenkins, Rank, man. Bless your soul. Dennis Emmanuel Young Brown.
Apple juice back cool. I sleep that no have no food. I'm just playing it cool. I stick it to them rules. Apple
Sweet.
So please find a way.
Hey, yo, you're supposed to all bang your plasma TV. And you see, man, the Hansi Road, bang up the place, man. I grade the boat, bright lights. I tell you, man, navigate and postcode there, you know. You think they will last? You're joking, man. Hey, Friars, put my link out there, man. Let the people know it's the best there, you know. Where I keep me back for? Support me, man. Because I support me for what? 30 years? Come on, mate. You got me, Arsenal? What? Yeah, joke. Zebby. Dennis, young Dennis Emmanuel Brown.
I sleep that no, I'm no fool. I'm just playing it cool.
True.
I stick into them rules.
Set it.
I won't let you walk for me.
Couldn't never.
I need to be free, yeah. So please find a way to
Sweet.
get my tip out of me.
Chop it.
Cause it's time and the season and the place for everything. Oh gosh. A time and the season and the place for everything. Yeah.
Emmanuel Brown.
I won't let you walk on me. I need to be free.
And we play them
So
different,
please find a
see?
way
Not regular.
to get myself out of me.
Sound system.
I won't let you walk on me. I'm going to be free.
Respect, lady.
So please find a way to
Easy
get
done it.
myself out of me. Cause the time and the season and the place for everything. Oh gosh. A time and the season and the place for everything. Yeah. Boy.
And we the people banding up. You hear it?
Giving up a black day. Giving up a black day. No way, no way. I won't let you walk with me. I need to be free. So please find a way to get myself out of here. Oh gosh, yeah.
Special request.
Oh gosh,
Tony
yeah.
Jenkins, Warank,
I won't let you walk
and
with me.
James.
I need to be free. So please find a way to get myself out of here.
Sir Lord Power James.
I won't let you walk with me. I need to be free.
The brother of Rasta
So
Johnny.
please find a way to get myself out of
Dreadlock
here.
Rasta Johnny. Original Rasta.
Oh,
Proper.
oh, get away. Got to get away, yeah. Got to get away, yeah. Away, yeah.
Yeah. You see all Ivan too. So we are send one out there for Ivan, because Ivan a full sister still. And we are say enough respect to Aquarius. When I support the thing when I did it for many years, so when I still go on Finsbury Park. Enough respect. Need a Grammy Award from the community. A true. Yeah. Special request for Ivan and Aquarius.
You must be getting out of your mind.
Dennis Brown.
When you walked out and leave me behind.
What?
I find it hard to carry on. So come on, I've got to find you.
Hey, you see when you play a tune like that, woman love run down, you know, me I tell you, man. Hit! Ivan! Aquarius, enough respect. We treasure you, we honor you. Yes, can't forget you, no man. The love, appreciation.
You must be getting out of your mind. When you walked out and leave me behind. I find it hard to carry on.
Dennis Brown, listen them words there. Listen the words. Sweet.
So come on.
This one here produced by who? Hey. Mr. Winston Riley.
Like the rain.
Listen.
I don't enjoy the morning sun.
English.
Oh, since the day that you've been gone. I find it hard to carry on.
Why you want to pull it by hand?
Come on, let me remind you. Yeah, so come on, I've got to find you. 'Cause my tears are falling.
Hey, you know, man out there, so now him lost him wife. Long time, him sweetheart. Long time. When you hear a tune like this, you know, don't matter how bad him is, him start cry. Hey, easy do this. And settle Christine. I tell you, and I myself, me a chat about, you know, whole heap of us. You hear that word there? Us.
You must be getting out of
Not
your
we,
mind.
whole heap of us.
When you walked out and leave me behind.
Ivan.
I find it hard to carry on. So come on, I've got to find you.
Sweet.
So come on, let me remind you. 'Cause my tears are falling like the rain. I don't enjoy the morning sun. Oh, since the day that you've been gone. I find it hard to carry on. So come on, let me remind you. Yeah, so come on, I've got to find you. 'Cause my tears are falling like the rain. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's true. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's true. Ooh, so come on, let me remind you. So come on, I've got to find you. 'Cause my tears are falling like the rain. In the evening when I hurry home, I find that I am all alone. It's hard for me to carry on. So come on, I've got to find you. So come on, let me remind you. 'Cause my tears.
Yes, I have to interrupt that because my whole intention was to do 1 hour. You understand? Because I have things to do, really and truly. But here what now? I have to just jump straight into the documentary, great kings of Africa. Listen this. Listen.
The Great Kings and Queens of Africa is presented by Anheuser-Busch to honor and preserve a part of the rich and proud African culture and to cultivate a deeper understanding of the many contributions that history has made to the
Listen
world.
carefully.
Alfonso I was the first ruler to modernize Black Africa on a grand scale. He encouraged his people to learn Christianity and new skills in masonry, carpentry, and agriculture. Alfonso streamlined politics, established modern schools, and later became the first ruler to resist the slave trade. Promoting industry and agriculture, Hatshepsut may be the greatest female Egyptian ruler of all time. As the first woman in recorded history to preside over a nation, Hatshepsut cast aside the theory of male supremacy. Her spirited defiance of male dominance for 30 years endured to the very end, as evidenced by the discovery of her tomb in the Valley of the Kings. When Sani Ali Burr came to power, Songhai was a small kingdom in the western Sudan. With a ferocious force, the warrior king won battle after battle, routing marauding nomads, seizing trade routes, and ever expanding his domain. He captured Timbuktu, bringing into the Songhai Empire a major center of commerce, culture, and Muslim scholarship. His greatness is still legendary among the Songhai people today. Askia the Great was a fair and deeply religious man who at times fought established tradition to rule in the best interest of his people. A devout Muslim, he ruled Songhai strictly according to Islamic law. Askia Muhammad Touré united the entire central region of western Sudan with a government that is still revered today. A wise and beautiful woman from Nubia so captured the heart of the pharaoh she changed the course of history. Tai's beauty, intellect, and will so took Pharaoh Amenhotep III. He defied his nation's priest and custom by proclaiming this commoner his great royal spouse. Amenhotep declared that, as he had treated her in life, so should she be depicted in death as his equal. And so the colossal sculpture ordered for their temple thus portrays them as a pair of majestic monarchs, both proud, both noble, both serene. A flamboyant leader and world figure, Mansa managed vast resources to benefit his entire kingdom. In 1324, he led a holy pilgrimage of 72,000 people from Timbuktu to Mecca, over 6,000 miles. So spectacular was this event that Mansa Musa won international prestige for Mali as one of the world's largest and wealthiest empires. A strong leader and military innovator, Shaka is noted for revolutionizing Bantu warfare through standardized weapons and special tactics. Many enemies would flee at the mere sight of Shaka's troops. With cunning and confidence as his tools, Shaka united all tribes in South Africa against colonial rule. For hundreds of years, Nubia and Egypt had been at war. But Nefertari's marriage to King Ramesses II, Pharaoh of Egypt, brought the fighting to an end. The marriage began as strictly a political move, but it later grew into one of the greatest royal love affairs in history. In fact, the temple which Ramesses built for her at Abu Simbel is one of the largest and most beautiful structures ever built to honor a wife and to celebrate peace. One of the greatest monarchs of the Congo, King Shamba, had no greater desire than to preserve the peace. He designed an extremely democratic government featuring a system of checks and balances that represented all Bushango people. Also, Shamba promoted the arts and crafts to their highest level during his reign. Regarded as one of the greatest generals of all time, Hannibal and his powerful African armies came close to defeating the mighty Roman Empire. His audacious moves and tactics have been studied and successfully imitated as recently as in World War II. The genius of Hannibal brought Carthage great prosperity and prestige. The identity of the Queen of Sheba has long been debated. but indications are that she was the Ethiopian queen Makeda. According to legend, she was fascinated with the wisdom of the great King Solomon of Israel. Upon meeting, the king and queen were equally intrigued with one another. Fondness grew into love, and their union produced history's longest line of royalty descendants. Returning to Ethiopia, Makeda's influence transcends centuries as the Judeo-Christian tradition remains embedded in modern Ethiopia. Teaching a doctrine of love and peace, Akhenaten was the first ruler in recorded history to believe in the concept of one God. He and his wife, Queen Nefertiti, changed Egyptian culture so radically that their influence was felt centuries later through more natural visual art styles and a fuller, warmer language for poetry, songs, and storytelling. At the age of 16, this great Nubian king led his armies against the invading Assyrians in defense of his ally Israel. It earned him a place in the Bible in the books of Isaiah and 2 Kings. Despite continuous warfare, Taharqa was able to build overwhelming projects throughout his empire, including a temple with carved images over 100 feet high. The Egyptian queen ascended to power at the age of 17 to become one of Africa's greatest female rulers. Intelligent and witty, her graceful nature and stunning personality were valuable diplomatic attributes. Striving to elevate Egypt to world supremacy, Cleopatra persuaded Julius Caesar and Mark Antony to renounce their Roman allegiances to fight on behalf of Egypt. Each, however, met his death before Cleopatra's dreams of conquest were realized. Disheartened, Cleopatra pressed an asp to her breast, ending the life of the world's most celebrated African queen. Osei Tutu was the founder and the first king of the Asante Nation in what is now Ghana. He was able to convince a half a dozen suspicious chiefs to join their states under his leadership. According to legend, this occurred when the golden stool descended from heaven and came to rest on Osei Tutu's knees, signifying his choice by the gods. The kingdom would endure for 2 centuries. Menelik was the overshadowing figure of his time in Africa. He converted a group of independent kingdoms into the strong, stable empire known as the United States of Abyssinia, or Ethiopia. Resisting European colonization and uniting the opposing kingdoms made him one of the great statesmen of African history. Though dead for nearly 100 years, Nihanda remains what she was when alive, the single most important person in the modern history of Zimbabwe. When English settlers invaded in 1896, Nihanda and other leaders declared war. At first, they achieved great success. But as supplies ran short, so did battlefield victories. Nihanda was eventually captured and executed. Although gone, she was not forgotten, and is still referred to as Mbayu, grandmother, Nihanda, by Zimbabwean patriots. Khama distinguished his reign by extracting technological innovations from the Europeans while resisting their attempts to colonize Bechuanaland. Advancements included the building of schools, scientific cattle breeding, and a police corps which practically eliminated crime. In 1875, Khama appealed to Queen Victoria of England to protest English settlement in his country. The English honored Khama and his call for continued freedom for Bechuanaland. For half a century, the Basutu people were ruled by the wise and just founder of their nation, King Mosweswe. The Basutu had to fight for their survival against plundering Africans, European colonialists, and particularly the Boers. As the relentless Boers were about to annihilate the Basotos, Mosweswe persuaded the British to make Masutu land a protectorate, a diplomatic coup that helped to assure his nation's survival and to assure Mosweswe a place in African history. Nzinga of Angola was an astute diplomat and an excellent military leader. To arrest the swelling influx of slave-hunting Portuguese, she waged war for nearly 30 years. Because of her quest for freedom and relentless drive to bring peace for her people, Nzinga remains a glimmering symbol of inspiration. Samori launched a conquest to unify West Africa into a single state spanning 100,000 square miles. In each city, Samori built a mosque, a testimonial of his devotion to Islam. During the 18-year conflict with France, powerful Samori continually frustrated the Europeans. His astute military prowess prompted some of France's greatest commanders to entitle the African monarch the Black Napoleon of the Sudan. The people of Dahomey often referred to their monarch, Behanzin, as the King Shark for his strength and wisdom. Behanzin maintained a strong army to defend his nation's sovereignty, including a division of 5,000 female warriors who were noted for their formidable zeal in battle. A fond lover of the humanities, Behanzin is credited with some of the finest song and poetry ever produced in Dahomey.
Yes. So, in a few weeks' time, you know what I mean, I put the technology up proper, you see? Because you would have been able to see the features of the individuals they were speaking of. You will see them. And if you didn't see an image, you would have seen Africa, you would have seen the country, the landmass, Zimbabwe, South Africa, and them thing there. You would have seen them. The same way you see them picture that may have come up, you will see it. You see a television, you see a little film, you see something. Nice. Yeah, we're working on it, man, because it's just certain techniques you have to deal with, and it did it. But what we want to see really is that this African history, over the years, all this thing happened, and I've been through more than 70, perhaps even 80, right? Recordings from America, within America and Canada. And it's all about when we break through into sport and when we break through into music. You see? And the people them who, not our brother who came up with the educational move to say, well, we need a black history. It's the power of B, the big power, the institutional power. Yeah? Then people they knew exactly what to make available for us and how to attract our attention to certain things. Because what they have done and what we have done or attempted to do, and across the world, the whole diaspora, are the same thing. We look for something that look like us, and most of our things them come from America. And we don't even know where them come from, where we got them from, you know. Them just seem to be around. And like I've said, our stuff came through education institutions, offices, and them just turn up at our place of work. And we filter them out to various other organizations. And these were posters and pamphlets. Same thing, music and people breaking through in sports and films. And then little more, the inventors. And then to go 2019, just searching and see that it is still taking place. And it's all about the first breakthrough in basketball, the first breakthrough in baseball, the athletes and everything. And all these things here, the man still controls. And we're still there. But we're not in the controlling. We're not in the ownership. We're not consumers. We're breadwinners for organizations. And we're not talking small people. We're talking multi-million pound operation, multi-million, billion dollars operation, and multi-million pounds operations. And in America, it's billions because the amount of spectatorship and the amount of telecast that goes on. And we're on point. If only we could do these things for ourselves. If only we can do these things for ourselves, I tell you. It's something that someone's need to sit back and look at, you know. And there are many round table debates. I need to bring a couple of them to the attention of people so you can hear them, where even some African Caribbean are sitting at the table and voicing proper. I tell you, deep down, we need to recognize that we are beautiful people. But we need to start loving and reflect on ourselves and loving ourselves and appreciate ourselves. And stop running for the man's mammon. If you follow Christ, we him ask, who's that figure? And them say, Caesar. So him say, okay, so this is Caesar's thing, yeah? Render that which is to Caesar. Yeah? And give joy and praise and glory to the Almighty. So this is Caesar's. Render what is Caesar to Caesar. See? So your pastor don't teach you. Allow the man dollars and pounds and don't lust for it. Spend more time loving ourselves, loving me loving you, with appreciation and respect. And things that we want, we will provide. Because we are behind. We are at zero. And we're the biggest employing amusement. We're the biggest spectatorship in this world, in this A. We need to stop it, man. Trust me. You see this football thing? Let the black man them stop out of football for one raw season and see what happens. The thing collapse when I don't think that, innit? Especially here in England, they don't think that. It collapsed. I'm telling you, you think some Messi make the thing and Ronaldo, it will collapse. I'll go through with Dennis Brown and we'll come back with something because we have to qualify Pharaoh again. You see them tune here? You see this tune here? This tune here went with all me and Johnny and Alfred and Patrick, you know. Hey, I can't remember if we are 14, 13 or 14, you know. But Eustace and Brian, them didn't have this tune here and then run with down feet. Yeah, I tell you, man. Rockers, Augustus Pablo Production, Dennis Emmanuel Brown. And you see this man here? This is young Dennis Brown now. This is before him get infiltrated with all kind of mad people, you know. You understand? Bad people. This is a young man. You understand? Sweet. Innocent. Yeah. Hear them start there? I'm known for that, man. Yeah. Wild start. Listen them drummer. Special request.
By the foot of an mountain lives an old man who sits all day and hope things will come his way. And the first time ever I passed by his way, he called me son.
You see on Sturgeon Road, you had a record shop named Junior. See? Check record shop before Tropical come there. We call him VP, Mr. Chen. Before them come there, Junior was there. You know? You understand? When I talk about Rock Street, that's too late. We talk Straw Green Road. Yeah. Go on, mommy. And your son. Underneath the bridge at Music City.
By the foot of an mountain lives an old man,
Dennis Emmanuel Brown,
who sits all day and hope things will come his way.
Joe, I mean that.
And the first time ever I passed by his way, he called me son, come on over here. He said, although you may not know me, but deep down something tells me that you're just going astray. So relax here and hope love will pass your way.
Listen. Hear them drummer. And the young Bongo Herman. Young Bongo Herman. And percussions.
Among my brethren, they always act as if they can't accept it. And so now I'm tired of being treated this way. I've got to return where I know love will pass my way. So when I reach home, I shall sing a song of love to you, to you, to you, to you.
You see up a blues well on a Sunday. You have Sir Biggs on a Sunday night. You see? Rhythms like that Johnny Carr up there underneath them Cranby and give Lady. Yes, they were the times, man. We enjoy them times, you know, because we run things when it comes to the sweeter music support. You know what I mean? Yeah, you see, last year and even this year, I ask people them, who came first? Was it Moses or Joseph? And the reason me ask people to see if people them understand what they're reading and what they're... And most people are listen, especially when it comes to this church thing. They listen, they don't read. And if them read, they are following them hula hoops people, them jumping from ear sprats. You know what I mean? The same way them people read, them people, them want you to read, or you just decide you to read like them. I think it's page 1, 2, 3, and 4. I never know I say that it's 8, 6, and then you got 12 and then 200 and something and come back here and then say you justify something. Nah, you want to stop that type of thing. I don't understand how come it's only black preacher them do them thing there. Yeah? And try convince everybody that them understand what this white dude, 42 of them, did. Stop it, man. So, nobody never get back to me and say, well, watch her. Me think say Moses come first, you know, because when you read the Genesis, you know, Moses up there. And that be valid argument, you know, because how could Moses come first and not Adam? You see? Because when you deal with the Genesis, you know, you hear Moses attack. And Genesis is the opening. Anyway, another time to decipher all of that upside down and around thing, yeah? And when we do things like this, because we do it with simplicity, some people out there say, who the hell him think him is? I don't think I'm anybody. I know who I am. You understand? Is what you think you know. You should try justify it yourself. And what you need to do is then go back to that which you profess and see if you can progress. Simple. You know what I mean? If you're short on reading the grammar from the English, give your brethren and say to him, read this for me. You understand? Simple, man. Simple. So, we have Joseph being brought into Egypt, Kemet, because him brothers, them, 10 of them, decided that him father love him more than them. And them kept telling them father that the wolves got him and this and that, and him keep turning up back. So this one time them say, all right, we must dispose of him. So them drop him in a well. And them take for him clothes, damp it on some blood. Then go home anyway and tell him father say, the wolf devour him. And them can't find him also. But they dash him down in a well. So, some people know, some traveler them pass by and them want water. So, them drop the rope and the bucket down there and they realize say, that he hit something. And they make inquiries. You know? And there was a sound coming out of the well. So anyway, them found him. He was found. They weren't looking for him, so they couldn't have found something that they weren't looking for. He was found by these travelers. And them take him into Egypt. Now, run up the story quick. He went into Egypt and finished up in a Pharaoh's house. It was sold, yeah? When them take him to Egypt, these people, these travelers, them sell him when them reach there. And he was bought by one of the Pharaohs, them aid, maid, and then bring him into the Pharaoh's compound. So now him get a big job. Him get a, you know what I mean, get a job of status. Yeah, with first class people, if you want. You understand? So there he was now inside this house. Many of you are supposed to know the story, but I'm going to go it quick. I just get a broad line. So he's inside this house now with Pharaoh and Pharaoh's wife and his family and everything. This is Joseph, you know, the one of many colors, coat, that have the coat of many colors, yeah? Because we don't deal with no J, okay, right? Him name Yahya, for us as Muslims. Okay, so he's inside this house now. The women inside this house, them seem to be attractive, handsome, and them fancy him bad. Lo and behold now, fear of wife, the fear of that day, him wife. Oh, she took heat for him. Hey, so she tried everything possible to remove her maids them so she can get a fling. So things go on and she get hot every day, every night. Oh gosh, man. So, you know what I mean? So all of a sudden now, one day she just decide this is too much. There's too much heat on me, right? So she just grab him and him try flee. So the buttons and everything on his shirt just get ripped off, you know what I mean? Good team try flee. All right? So she screamed because other people them get for seeing her and she got to report him now to say, well, him try a thing on her. And her husband now, fear is a just man, you know. So he want to know exactly what happened. So Joseph tell him, say, that the story that she's giving is not accurate. So Pharaoh asked him to make it be known what is accurate. So him tell him. And him say, hence, how did my shirt, get torn this way? You know what I mean? So, Pharaoh just looked upon that and said, wait, that's true, you know. I try rape the man, you try pull him down. So, true now, the whole court and everything did it. Oh, Pharaoh now, he would have to sentence his wife. Same whisper to Joseph and said, as much as thou knowest that you speak of the truth, I have to make a ruling and a judgment. And thee does know that this is my wife. You see the words there? May I talk it like how the Bible writes, you know. Yeah, boy, may I tell you. May read this thing enough. Over the years, not these last 20-something years, you know. Oh, gosh, man. Me's a Muslim. So, Pharaoh sentenced him and dash him away in a jail. Because him have a save face for his wife, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. That's what happened. So there's Joseph, and there's a reason why I asked who come first. There's Joseph now in a Kemet. There's Joseph being raised in Kemet. Now, I'm going to show you how him get raised in Kemet now, you know. Because, you remember, say, he was pulled out of the well, and then he was brought into Kemet, and he was sold. And now he's there with a middle class, upper class Ashela, and him a work in a Pharaoh yard and everything. And all the women, them fancy this handsome man, the young boy, and the wife fancy him. Now him gone to jail. Okay, he's in jail. All right. Now him grew up inside this jail now, and so on, and him serve him time. Right? Pharaoh's having big problems. He's having these dreams, nightmares, all kind of thing. And then there's all these spiritual realms is coming from his people about this, that, and them can't configure or conclude what these signs mean. So here now, there's somebody now inside the prison that speaketh highly of a person who can explain so much things and dreams. So the gods them hear them talking. And this youth here now this person was taken to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh tell him say that the person who have this talent is the boy Joseph that you put in a jail. And Pharaoh summons him to find out if him can explain his dream. So this is where the story get big, and Joseph get reprieve and everything. Oh gosh, man. Hey, Pastor, may I do your job? And you're supposed to be a damn shepherd. So Joseph now explained to the Pharaoh why him nightmares, him dreams, his visions, different things that's happening to him, physicians, them, and his spiritualists, them. Everything that are going, that everybody having some doubts with them can configure or explain. So Pharaoh now him feel indebted, you know what I mean? Because him trust Joseph. He knew Joseph didn't do nothing to him wife. Him trust him, but now him have to find a way of removing him from the prison now and give him back him life and still have him in him house as a close ear to him. So him work that out, because that would have taken me now half off to explain to you what happened there. Because a big thing that happened there is not, no one got derailed, but it just show you the appreciation, the understanding, and the level of appreciation, right, between a leader and a civilian that's not even one of theirs, but is one of theirs. I'm going to show you that, because if he was from a different people, there would have been a different situation taking place. Let's just show you that these people are Africans. That's what I want to say at this present time. And it has nothing to do with no dogma about my faith, his faith, that one faith. Okay. So Joseph now, him have a good position. Again, the position he had before is a very good position, but this position him have now, him is a leader. Ooh, he's a big man. He's a big man now. Big boy now. And when he becomes so big now, Pharaoh trust him and he recognized what he was saying. And he accept it. Because the thing that Joseph told him, he couldn't have known because he wasn't there. He just revealed one thing, Pharaoh, to Joseph, and Joseph just configure everything. All them dream, all them vision, all them nightmares and everything in one. Okay. So now Joseph run things now. He's the chancellor, he's the deputy commissioner, he's every last thing, he's the top guy. He's next to Pharaoh, man. Even all these musicians and everybody else, him above them. Them have to come and seek advice from him. Not direction, but advice. Okay. So, today, every nation on this earth have supermarkets, right? Them have cash and carry, right? Them have storehouses and everything. All of these things originate from Joseph, because there were also to be a famine. There also to be droughts. All these things. So Joseph now him set up reservoir. Lord have mercy. May I tell you, hey, the infrastructure that this youth here configure and develop. The world, listen, black people, we're supposed to marvel. See? The world, them knowledge in bring to the world. This is the African brother, you know. Okay, you didn't know this, did you? Or did you? Did you think about that? But anyway, this is what him did, yeah? So, little more down the sea now. He want to find him family. So he's very patient, because he's tolerant, and it's Egypt him I work with, him know, and him live, you know what I mean? But him know him have family. But where are they now? You see all these years, and I grew up there in Egypt. Did I say Israel? Oh gosh, man. So this is always on his mind. So he keeps looking out, you know, because all different peoples, you know what I mean, comes into Egypt, because it's the capital, and everybody want food and everything. When they have hardship and everything, and they want materials and so forth, they come and Kemet and purchase them things, go to school and even live, you know, immigration and, you know what I mean, And the people them easy with it and so forth and so forth. So one at a time now, his brothers them come into Kemet. Right it. And them see them. Now remember, he was dashed down a well. He's not a little boy like Moses. You understand? He was older. Yeah? So he can he can remember him, the image of his brothers them. But they never recognize him. Because they never expect to see him. As far as them concerned, him dead. You see? And the fact now that he's wearing different garments, right? And they see him as, if they didn't see him, the person that they saw was a prestigious person. So they never see that person look like them brother or anything. So him never was hiding. He was in the open. But he recognized them. And then him set some trap for them. Because them come and him give them the food and everything that they wanted. See? So him get him aids them to put something in the bags them that them have, and then make them stop them at a certain juncture and search them, knowing that him put these things inside there. Right? And then charge them for stealing and things. You know what I mean? So yeah, so this is how him get for converse with them and give them some ultimatums. Yeah, it's a serious word, you know. So then when them go home now and them tell them father what happened, can release some of them, you know, and them gone home, them gone to where them parents them reside, and them explain. And when them come on back now and thing, you know, him give them the ultimatum now that he must see him brother, he must see him father and everything. So the story goes that them come in the place and so forth, and then he expound the whole thing in their presence, and his father's presence, and his sister present, and his little brother that he never knew nothing about, him just hearsay, right? And this one is called Benjamin. You must give credit to Brigadier Jerry and the 12 tribe of Israel, Gadman and them, for bringing this up this, you know, the 12 tribe motto and everything, and the lyrical content of Israel and everything. And I mean, is one of Brigadier Jerry famous lyrics. And every member of the 12 tribe of Israel know this. So, me say, you must, out of the 12, 10 is rotten. It's only 2. Joseph and Benjamin and Sister Dinah. You see? Well, that's 3, but, you know, we are talking about the man them. So, these is Jacob's children, which is, his name to you all is Jacob. And then he was christened by God Almighty, just like Abraham. Abraham became Abraham. See? And Jacob became Israel. Right? So him is the father of 12 children. So those 12 children became the 12 sons of Israel, the 12 sons which became the 12 tribe of Israel. See? Because you know, each one of them go and have a wife and them do them thing and then bring forth children, etc., etc. Okay, so this is what happened. All this time, Israel is nothing to do with any land. That's one thing I'm trying to make people understand here now. When you talk Israel and people that talk Israel is a land, if there's a land called Israel, it's Ethiopia. Yeah, long and the short, Nubia. You understand? It's Abyssinia. Anyhow, that's another argument, you know. But this is what happened. So there is Joseph, him father, Jacob, which is Yahya, you know, Yahya and Yusuf and Yusuf, no, not Yahya. Anyway, I'm going to come back to the thing because I'm speeding through. So there were before Moses. Why is this important to first, second, and third? Because through them and that reconnection, they actually stayed in Egypt. They reigned in Egypt for many decades. Let this be understood, black people. Jacob, right? Jacob, his name is Jacob for us. And his son, Joseph, is Yahya, is anyhow, them stayed there for many decades. And in doing so, they multiplied. They quantiplied. You understand? Them children. Many of their wives were Egyptian people. So they grew there. This is how you will find and configure Israel in a Kemet. You don't believe me? Start reading again. Now some of you out there going, which verse we read? Listen here. Read your book. I for your book. Read the Old Testament. Read the same Genesis that is also attributed to Moses telling a story. Then you see that there's some fictitious people about the place are try put something together to make 1 and 1 6 and 2 and 2 12 and goes on like this. So you find so that the children of Jacob, they are living in Kemet and they multiply in Kemet, and they took Kemetian sisters, them women, and cohabitate and bring about many spouses, our children, all about the place. Then bring them, capture them from everywhere, just like everybody else. Yes? And then, as migrants, there's an imbalance because they might do them thing, they might hold them corner, and them have the chief of infrastructure development among them. You see now? And this is what the classes and the other physicians them and the governors them and the administration to Pharaoh is pointing out that there are these people who have grown, but they're not integrated, you know. They might do for them thing. But they outnumber it. If they continue at the rate they are, they'll be outnumbering us at any given time. But at the same time, it wasn't about the outnumbering. It's about how bright they were. How bright they were. And they were in isolation in Kemet, just like the Chinese and everybody doing it. It's only we that try to integrate and assimilate, and we don't have nothing. So this caused some form of disparity. And this is where they encountered the wrath of a Pharaoh and his government. This is what happened. this is exactly what happened. Now, many of these children are these children of Jacob. They were working, these migrants then. They were working for Pharaoh, for offices and industries, like I've told you in the first place, in Kemet. They were earning a wage. And some of them were earning what we call over here minimum wage. Yeah. Because they weren't all as proficient as Joseph were. But Pharaoh knows Joseph. Him don't know them. And him don't know the numbers that they're, right? So they were there, they had honor, they had respect, and you understand? And then there was an imbalance and different things happened. So, not Friday, Tuesday, we'll continue with what actually expired, what developed, and the differences that was found between the leadership of Kemet and these people now that became right, that they were seen as rivals to Kemet. This is what happened. Now the Europeans want to turn around and say slavery, but that built up later when, because they were working and they were bright people, and a number of them were commissioned to do some serious work, like, you know, they were architects and so forth and so forth. And then with the fear of them, the rest of them now, one of the fearers them became very strong-handed. And the Israelites were not having a nice time. Just like us in America, we're not having a nice time. Things got rough. Every day, a little bit more pressure, and it continued and continued. So then a rivalry developed. But then the rivalry came to bump when other people outside of Kemet were speaking of a promised birth, a promised child. And then Kemet, the leadership in Kemet, started to get worried like the outsiders, because these are things that never really concerned them. They never shown an interest in these spooky things. Because remember, the only spooky thing that them had was Joseph unraveling. But now you have this Herod, you have these Romans and different people afraid of some testimonies, some revelations, and there are different names that were given to them, but just for short now, we call them revelations that were pending. Now, this is where Moses comes on the scene, because with this feeling about this child, a writ was given that any child within this precinct that is born within that particular period of time, them 9 months to 1 year, newborn, male child, shall be killed. Okay, so we leave it there, because we build that. On Tuesday now, you can put that all together and put the piece of the puzzle them, and you see when Moses arrived. So you get to understand so that Joseph was before Moses, and the relationship with Egypt, with the sons or the tribes of Egypt, of Israel, the father and the children and the peoples them were good. even though it become a bit strained because of the way them kept themselves to themselves. But there was a relationship. There was not, these people weren't bought in there, put in bondage and strap up in chains or strap up in ropes or what have you. And you understand? No, that wasn't the case. But we're going to show you how that developed, how that came to bump. You understand? So we need to know closer to what we will call truth, because none of us was there, but that's why I'm saying closer to what we will call a truth than to be to get the stigma of people who is trying to write us out and then inflate something, and then the most despicable and derogatory things, then why reinsert us. Why is them try to write us out and insert themselves? Then they want to insert us into derogatory and exploitative situations. So by the time you finish now, you don't see yourself or black people attributing to anything good on this planet. And the only reason I say on this planet is because this Bible don't show us that we are nothing. But now centuries later, we come. How we come now? Ham, Shem, and Japheth. See, so you need to get the timeline and put these things into place. And then they say, rotted. Boy, we never see it like that. The only reason you don't see it like that is because someone told you for jump. He didn't tell you when they're doing their thing, they're jumping all over the book, over skipping hula hoops, and then they start skip, and everything. And you get amazed by that. And you say, why? Man know the book. Yeah, he knows how to jump around. He knows how to jump around. He can't count, though. He's missing mathematics. He cannot count. Not saying ain't reading, you know. Don't let me try and mix you up. I'm not saying that none of these pastors and all these other tampers are not reading. But they're jumping around. They're playing hula hoops. And they're skipping to the loo. See? So I'm saying to them and saying to you, they can't count. What's that? You know, when we came, the Africans came into Europe. The Africans had some syllables, them called numbers. And the European was trying to configure something as well, called numbers. Here what happened now? They were stuck at one junction, you know. But we came from units, tens, and hundreds. And that me I go say to you. And they go and work out what is a unit, what is a tenth, and what is the hundredth. You understand? Arithmetic. Now, you get something called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey! The Europeans were stuck at one of them numerals. And then how to quantify them, how to add them, how to subtract. They never knew. They're just coming into the realization of numerals. You think I joke? I mean, I come up with these things where we are trying to make ourselves more famous than we were or than we are. You understand? That black and white game called chess, you think it's a European game too, innit? Because there's a castle, there's a rook, and there's a bishop. The masters of art and patience were African people. Anyway, different jokes, different remedies for different folks, and we'll come back to that another time too, right? I know some people are saying, give us a book. I then tell you, the book that's confused us for years and decades and still now is called that book. It's called the book. You haven't met anyone called the Unitarians. You haven't. And that's why most Muslims don't deal with the Christians now. The Unitarians is the people them who follow Christ and the people who follow Moses. See? And they are Muslims. Everybody else is Muslim, you know. Anyway, we'll come back to that another time as well. But when it's a person tell you about Orthodox, when I tell you say that they're not following the concoction of a group of Shakespeareans and all these other people and Constantinople and so forth and so forth. That's what they're showing you. See? They're not talking about Martin Luther of Germany and these other people, the Protestant. No, they're not talking that. You see? Because all those people were vexed with the groups that did what they did and they didn't have a footing. And when they said something, made a suggestions, these other ones that said that they're more brighter than them, turned them face from them. You understand? So they had their own infighting and their disagreements, and that's why them have all these 4 bodies or 5 bodies. Yeah? They're all from the same set, you know, but them have them feelings and disagreements. You understand? And some say put that text in, the next one say take that text out and so forth. So different scholars, different countries, different parties disagreed, and so forth. And that's how come true to Rome, you have this place called, they have this place in Italy, the Roman Catholic ministry, yeah? And you have a city within a country that is like a state within a state, right? Running things. You understand? And they wanted to be the head of this whole doctrine. And when you check it out, really, they are, you see? And that's what it is. Now, if someone else want to come and chat with me, we can break the thing to a point where you can see what Rome did, how them configure this thing, and how them reassert themselves as a power base on this earth because they were frightened for what they can't see. You see? That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. The Africans, them have a God. The Romans, them want to grab all this God and commission the God to do things for them because them find themselves as a power base, and all they're doing is threatening and beating up people and conquering people land and taking what they want and so on. So the problem was power against this invisible force. Power, manpower against an invisible force. That's what it was. And it still is. Guys, look at the US. The US is modern day Britain and France, modern day Rome, the Roman Empire. And the seat of Rome is Catholicism, which is the Catholic monasteries and ministries. And the cap of all of that is what them call Christianity, which is supposed to humbug people and we're supposed to cradle people and summon them down, you see? And anything that get out of hand, the Rome for ideology and philosophy must work, and that's power. You understand? Power. So them have one power block out of 4 of them, and America is that power block, and them call themselves their allies and everything, and anything that they don't like, them come together and crush it. It's not all to do with religion, it's all to do with a power base. And them use the religion thing as a fear factor for people because they have propagated it. And if them see that you're not following it the way they've propagated it, then you are a threat to their society. And they only use this word democracy as a folly. Because first and foremost, you have to try and govern the way they're governing, right? The way they perceive governments. You understand? So no one is free to do or to be independent their way. They have to be independent the way they imply, they suggest. You see? That's the riff of this earth. It's the riff of this earth. So with that now, mammon is always the key. You know, money, power based in terms of economics. It's always the force factor. And then they seduce you into wanting things that they have. And then when you go against them now, then put this thing called sanctions on you. You understand? Because you're not living within your means. Why am I saying all of this? This is what the Christ come to make a level playing field on this earth and make mankind know, say, not to be afraid of them own self. Don't be afraid of your shadow. The only fear that you have here is fear of God. And the fear of God is not frightened for God, you know. It is to get close to God, but you have fear man. And Christ was saying, fear them not, fear man not. You understand? And Rome was saying, who the hell is this person? Huh? We want to find this person. So the whole story about Kemet was they're looking for this, not prodigal son, this child that's to come. And these years went on looking for this child. And Rome come also looking for this child. And they couldn't find this child. And then this child grew up called Christ. And they were looking for this child. And this man now. And they want to find the man keep escaping them. And this went on and on for years. You understand? They keep escaping. And then they concoct a story to say that they got him. Huh? They got him and then crucify him and all these things. You understand? And then they insert what people are run with today because they did not. They couldn't even identify the man. They couldn't identify the man. And when I build a picture to show you why they couldn't identify the man, you're going to say like, rotted. I'm telling you. Because none of you are realizing that in this Kemet, everything looked like us. So there was no configuring and no doubts about anything. Huh? But the man put doubts in your face and everything. So you start seeing white people in control of something. And then you don't ask yourself, where did these black people come from now? Not these black people, where you come from. Strange thing, innit? And you don't come out of Europe. You don't come out of Europe. And then if we throw the dice now, I say to you, instead of embracing their racism and their nonsense, tell them, oh, you prodigal son, why don't you behave yourself? They go, what the fuck you talking about? I said, yeah, but you know what? My father and my mother is your father and mother. So I can't understand why comes you're so ignorant. And I ain't got no time for you. You understand? Allow them and move on. But no, someone else is giving us this thing that we must mind them. And now we're supposed to be frightened for them because they're supposed to be so superior. And now these Americans are telling us that we should embrace this word supremacy. And everything that keeps going on like that, we're seeing ourselves as negative. Because if their superiority, white supremacy, what is the black negativity? Come on, man. We don't give ourselves any pat. Hey, you understand? We don't do it. We're ignorant. Stop it. Stop following them people, little Jeremy rhymes and nonsense. You understand? The other day, somebody read a book. 5 years ago, them read a book and them see the word. This guy wasn't Jim Screechy and jumping around playing hula hoops. Him get to see the word that Shakespeare and him brethren them put inside the book. And the word allegory. Right till it went like a heat wave across the earth with black people. And then when them look in the dictionary and them find say allegory is a story, the way them use the word is to say, well, why? The people have been telling we a story all along. I don't understand what they think they were talking about. It was a history. It's a story of event. It's a sequence of events. And if you knew grammar properly, you would appreciate the word and the meaning of the word, and then how the word was applied, was used, and then how to apply the word. So it wasn't like something new on the block. But for ignorant, hearted black people that don't have no sense of the British language or the English language or respect of the English language, this allegory. Why? What? Proper thing. Then someone said, hey, watch out. You know what it means? It's a story. Whoa, come on, man. We sleep. Anyway, where are they? 2 hours gone. I play 2 tunes, me gone.
Ooh, yeah. What tried to deny that your love is unreal? But so a man thinketh, so is he, 'cause he'll be the one that will be thinking about his problems that he left to face, yeah. So if you really love your brothers, yeah, help them and then you'll be honored.
I want to play them tune it tomorrow. Man. Sure. Listen, the thing is with me, is not, I'm going to take the thing lightly, because I spent 7 years down at IPAC when I come to Islam and everything. I disseminate Islam, the Quran, and the understanding of the Bible. Is the Quran and the understanding of the Bible. I saw Mr. Guan. And it wasn't just me, because my teacher, he was there for many years. You see? And now we graduate to a point and him give us an opportunity. And then myself now, I do many documentary for Open University in a iPark corner. You see? So this Bible thing is nothing for me. And true, me spend many years as an altar boy, and I read our scripture of the same book in the church. But you see, I was also educated in England. And one of the greatest principles of of that is that they always encourage you to make notes. You understand? Make notes and have a reference point to go back and look at something and seek advice pertaining to that something. Right? So we were taught a lot about cross-referencing. May I give out some things, that everybody should have known. That's another tune, Everybody should have known, who Christ is. So, I spent time in Cambridge and Oxford. I spent time in their libraries. I spent time in the British Library. I spent time with theologians, cross-questioning and reasoning. I spent time with Rastafari, not referencing no Bible. You understand? So, when you're a babe, you act as a babe. And you learn a lot as a babe. But there's some people who are babes and they want to be big people. I don't know why. Well, I do. But you know what I mean? Some of us got swelled. So, as a Muslim, and what I found out, I do feel that if me cut some corner and help some other people to do some other research and investigation, it be useful without saying, let go of that and come over here. Me never do that at I-Park either. You understand? If a person decide that they're going to go and read the Quran and see what the Quran says, that's wonderful. If them say to me, let me read both books together, that's beautiful. If at the end of the day they become a Muslim, wonderful. If they don't become a Muslim, wonderful. Same thing, because it's not for me. If there's something that I done that allows that person to free up from following Caucasians, wicked, wonderful, man. Because this following thing, from not our lot, is an ill. In Islam, I am free. I mean a follower. It's the Prophet of Islam that all of the millions or billions of us are here to. Because he is the Prophet. And Christ, Isa alayhi salam, was a prophet. If you love him, find out about him and follow him. Don't follow Paul. And don't follow Matthew, Mark, Luke, and these people. Or these names. I don't know them. That's what we're saying. And in short, find some Africans and learn our dialect, learn Kiswahili, learn our language, learn our dialect. That be better time spent than trying to please Rome, because Rome has been killing us and tormenting us, and they will not stop. They will not stop. They will not stop. They started it, them there with it, and it's we who are well on to it. They won't stop, man. Big tune.
Ride for freedom.
Yeah, you see how the thing chopping again? Tell your friend them tomorrow now. Tune in. See? Things in times. We did it. You understand? Listen to how the thing chop. And make sure you get your box them charge up and you just ready for it, man. Jugi Jam are the best sounding sound online. You know what I mean? When it not work right, you know, principle no. You see? And you just tell me, say, watch out. As an engineer, sort the thing out. You see? All right.
Ride for freedom.
Listen. Wow.
Freedom. Until there is justice, there will be no peace.
Hey, yo. The man there isn't telling now. Don't make that man there believe, say, me I come after him, you know. Me have no reality thing to do with him. See? Whatever I deal with, I feel in business. You understand? All these years, me never try to get on radio for talk about them thing there now. Me come on radio now for say to we say, want infrastructure. Me not come from radio to tell you say, be a Muslim and don't be a Christian. It's just that something fit into place and me I break it down. That's all. You understand? My real objective, you know, is for us to develop sources, recognize social science and the beauty and the simplicity of social science. You understand? And if we can spend some time examining Edward Siaga and the social science that him use, you understand? Serious thing. And then apply an infrastructure, develop an infrastructure for our children in England here right now. Because there's a group saying we're going to repatriate. But you guess what? A lot of people ain't going nowhere. We're not talking about people that go missing and dead. A lot of people in the world aren't going nowhere. A lot of people them said this is for them home. They're going to steer. You know, some will come and some will steer. Another big tune in. I may have a whole heap of tune of that same word, them wordings. So what I'm saying is, in the meantime, we need a health clinic. We need supermarket. You understand? And we need to examine the foods that we will be needing and the foods that are out there. These people are dangerous. And since we are consumers, what the hell do we know about genetic modification? What do we know? Just a word? Where we going to get we food from? Where we going to get we organic seeds them from? How we are going to survive? Well, the other day them people them say, yesterday them say, in Doha, where them have these athletics, the Arabs weren't there because the people them too black. You idiot! It's the Arabs them that invite the Saudis that invited Sebastian Coe and the British team and others to have their event over there, sir. Them a make money. These things are not Islamic. So the few people that you got were inquisitive. Them not part of this something there. And they couldn't go there and tell the girl them to put on leggings. You imbeciles. You get the money. Just like Manchester City. You think they're British? It's Arabians. It's for them money. Oh gosh, man. So Shelly Ann, she go there with her colorful hair. Win the thing. The British girl win the thing. Eh? Any Arab guy that see she to be, you know, in a them room, you know, hey, them watching her. And if them like her, you see how much money she gonna make. You understand? Just like the groups them, the little honeybees and all these groups them, many of these Arab guys them like them. And they make them their groups. A lot of people them go United Arab Emirates and perform and make a whole heap of ass money that them can just retire. Oh yes. Why am I telling you all this for?
Ride for freedom, freedom. Until there is justice, there will be no peace. Until there is freedom, wars will never cease. The leaders won't listen to.
And why I'm just, you know, we have a whole heap of jackass guy them. They are Congo and all these other places. Them have millions that them give away to all these Europeans. Them take up money and say them will go shopping. Another one get licked. 2 get licked this week. And the people them take all their ass money and arrest them. Arrest them. The idiot guy buy a car. The people them take the car off him. Sell the car for £6 million rotted pound. Don't give him a cent to the car. And every other possession that him have, them auction it rotted off. What kind of thing that, man? Ignorant people. And in them country, there's so much poverty. There's so much families and children them that in bad condition. There's so much people want to send them children to school and they don't have a dime. And you go run boat and buy custom-made Ferrari or what the ratted car is, and then them take it from you, because them know say yeah, ill treat and the same people them to ratty that you give the diamonds them to. And them want to tell me say that them lock up Charles Taylor for, hey, come on, man. Seriously, Africa, we have some sickness.
Whoa, hey.
Listen, boy, chatting nice, eh?
The wicked are the sorry when they're called up to the Almighty. Never look into the prophecy.
And that we are trying to show people them over here, so on this platform, and that we are do. We are put heat on the people, and we're not talking about no fire, you know. We are put some heat, because Capleton all them have said that. But them have lived some, right? So we are put heat on the people. And we are put wisdom where they don't have none. We are give them sense, ability to view, so them have some common sense. You understand? Yeah, see, when principal go to work, you know, we give a brain operation. And we have some work to do, and some American guy, them gone on a fraud trip. Now they want to go to Africa and try a thing. I'm telling you, no, it not going to work. Not going to work. You find yourself in a bad place, boy. I tell you. And you will not escape. Trust me. Listen.
What does it mean love, an African love, you know? What does it mean love?
You see how me tell you about it? And you see what me do? You think say we stop it? We grandmother grow we, man. And we love them. And them a shine on us, man. Yo, principal. Psalms.
What does it mean love, an African love, you know? What does it mean love? Yeah, without love we just can't go on, 'cause Jah handed down love to man. Yeah.
There's a land far, far away.
The kings of kings and the lords of lords, the conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, I elect of Jah, ever living Jah, earth's rightful ruler. The weak heart are not so, oh no, they shall be like the straw of the wind, drive it away. And whatsoever I and I do, it shall prosper. I and I shall be like a tree that planted by the rivers of water and bringeth forth fruit in due season. I and I lack the social not wither. I and I shall be like the water cover the seas, with the righteousness cover the land. See not he dreader than dread. So me not to show you say me dread. Lightning, brimstone and fire for all we can.
Seeing, and that what we like. You hear that? And this is what? Listen man, it's a long time ago. You see? Long time. And not yesterday. So, we are going to do with we? You are going to say them is old time tune. You wish you could have played them. Gone. Guidance.
Natty's dreadlocks up in all the streets. Them Babylon, them cannot keep them feet. So them check Iman on Greenwich Farm. Yeah. You coulda hear them a come with them loud alarm. But I and I.
See, me just do that for make you know, say me coming with Colonel Campbell, me can continue and can go out with Colonel Campbell. We not jump and skip out the place. We know what we are do. Sugar man up we gone. God bless your soul, man. Guidance.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Bomber drop, damn you!
Just thank you for
energy
and the beat.
Yeah, tired. Oh,
Thank you for
Hey you over there, you, hey you sir.
Thank you for
guidance, God willing, inshallah, tomorrow.
To thank you for
you got more than you was deserving, you know. Set a lady.
The moon and the stars, some of the greatest gift by far.
Non-stopping, hot rockin', back-to-back music. The hits just keep coming.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Listen to the chop.
Just thank you for the birds and the bees.
Guidance.
To thank you for the breeze and the trees.
6 p.m. tomorrow evening, God willing.
The sun, the moon, and the
Cultural
stars.
expression. Tell your friend. You know what I mean? Subscribe. Give me that link. Me good for government. Lovely. Respect.
You have given us a lot of things, but most of all, Jah, you make me sing. Oh, Jah, you make me sing. Tingling, hey, Jah, you make me sing. Every man got his work to do, and my work is to live and praise only you. I will always multiply on the love that Jah give for I and I.
Remember, it's African History Month, see? And we are christening our way, not their way.
Even the simplest of alleys, the flowers that grows by the riverside, for the peace that we have found in the high of all the things I possess. To sing to Jah is what I love to do best. Jah, you are giving us a lot of things, but most of all, Jah, you make me sing. Jah, you make me sing. The flowers that grows by the riverside.
Yes, guidance. Here, spend £5 for a month and buy some black seed oil and look after yourself. You understand? Serious thing, you know. Black seed oil. Go to the Muslim shop there, about Straw Green Road and them place there, and just get a bottle of black seed oil. You know what I mean? Black one, you know. Not the brown one. Black seed oil. Good to go. The only thing it can't cure is death. You understand? We all need it. We at the age now, you know. We should have had it before, but we at the age now. So, black seed oil, you're good to go. Clean up yourself, you know what I mean? Detox your body. You see? Yeah, man. And leave the alcohol alone. Guidance gone.